Once we go live, we can't go back. We're live. We're live and in person. Hello, friends. Let us know if you can hear us.
Yes, please.
It's been
Let
a day.
Know. Yes. Oh, man. Someone said yes, loud and clear.
Woo!
Beautiful. My
Yes.
God. This was what a tribulation. Guys, we're so glad you can hear us because this live stream almost didn't happen.
No. We're talking about going through many browsers, clearing caches, clearing cookies, doing it every possible way that we possibly could think of. And then finally, this brainstorm happened and we have a black screen.
So unfortunately, everyone else on YouTube's able to live stream and screen share and throw in these pictures and do slides and whoopity-doo.
Nope.
And lo and behold, Girls with Sabers isn't allowed to do that stuff.
No.
So you guys get a black screen because that is all we were able to conjure.
And it's not because we don't know how. We know how. It's because whenever we try to go live with the screen sharing, it would redirect us and say that Google Chrome or whatever could no longer redirect to our destination.
Right. So we ask you guys to follow along with us.
In your imagination.
Everyone pull out your phones, pull up another browser, and find these pictures. And yes, the most important thing is you hearing us, of course. But yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jessica. Jessica McLean Lower gave you a lovely link that says stare at this while listening. And I believe that link will lead you guys to some of the photos that we're going to talk about. So thank you, Jessica, very much.
Yes. I just have to mute for a second. Emrys, if you could continue, just have to mute for a second.
Okay.
All right.
So a wonderful thing happened on a very bad day. I don't know about you guys, but I have had a horrible day. But the silver lining was that the Vanity Fair issue came out with the rise of the Skywalker photos. And that alone has made my day. And we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about how a lot of the Reylo symbolism is there. We're going to talk about some of the interviews in the article and what they could mean, what they could not mean. But I think you would agree, all of us would agree, that Reylo is in game by these photos.
And I'm back. Reylo is in game. Oh!
Hallelujah.
Okay. So, yeah, I think we all know why everyone is here, and that is Game of Thrones.
No.
Just kidding. Oh, my God, we're not talking about that.
No, we're not.
At all. At all. Okay, guys, gals, let's get into this. Let's get into these beautiful, beautiful photos.
Yes.
All right. So, again, yes, go to vanityfair.com, Google the heck out of these photos, and follow along with us because we can't do
Reylo twin. Can we start with one in particular, please?
Of course we can.
Can we start?
Revan in the house with a super chat. Reylo equals modern day Bastivin.
Oh, yes, it does.
Thank you, Darth Revan, for the super chat and the truths that you sent forth in that super chat. It's amazing.
By the way, I recently played the Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 and took notes on all of the details, the finer details of Revan and Bastila story. So if that interests you, let us know in the chat, because Luthien and I have talked about doing a podcast over that.
All hail our Lord and Savior Darth Revan. Blasphemous, but I dig it. And thank you guys so much for just sticking with us, especially right now with all of our audio woes, all of our live stream woes, all of our struggles. You guys just go, meh, it is what it is, and you brush it under the rug and you stick with us, and we just want to thank you so much. We'll get this down one day, like, perfectly, but it's not this day.
Oh, gosh.
Or tomorrow or the next or whatever, but thank you so much. Oh, Amy Showers, super chat, thank you so much. Hands the host 2 bowls of Reylo ice cream. I found it. I have it.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
I actually just finished mine from, like, months ago. It was delish.
Hey, Dell is in the house. Dell, thank you.
We're getting all of our moderators in
and
here right
FN1189, thank you too. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dale, FN1189.
We're going to have a Reylo party.
Rural Farm Boy. All our mods are in here right now.
But seriously, can we start with that cover with Kylo Ren on it? Can we please do that one first?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just start with the Kylo Ren cover because it's so good. He looks okay. He looks all right. Can we just talk about how you can totally tell? You mean Darcy? Yeah, Darcy. You can totally tell JJ's back in the helm because dude's got his Prince hair back.
Oh my gosh, Lady Reylo Shalot is echoing what I did. I am on the freaking floor. Me too. I was on the freaking floor. And I still am.
I love our mods too because for some reason, again, we're struggling. I can't like allow anything to come through or even hide anything if I want to.
I can't either.
But since they're like Johnny on the spot, oh my god, I love all you guys. You're the best. Okay. Kylo Ren cover. It's amazing.
The
Can
prince
we just talk about how
has come. The prince has come. I'm sorry. Please continue.
First of all, Kelly Langley super chat. Our boy looks damn good.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Thank you for the super chat. Allison with a super chat. Reylo is endgame.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Thank you both for your super chats. Can we just say that this is like the most Darcy's ever Darcy'd?
And superhero.
Oh my god, no, super chat. Like, we won't be able to talk because we're thanking everyone for super chats, which is a great problem to have. JX Editor super chat. The sequel to my Kenobi edit, Skywalker, is pruning my brain. Need a break into the sequel trilogy. Vanity Fair delivered just what I needed.
Me too.
Everyone go follow JX Editor. He makes dope edits.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chat, JX Editor. And my screen's going ape.
Mine too, but that's a beautiful thing because I love hearing from our community. It's awesome. I love it that we have a place where we can just have a Reylo fan out together and Squill and Fate and Swoon, and it's okay. And it's encouraged. It's encouraged.
That's what I did today multiple times.
He looks like a prince. Look at the wind blowing his cape and that stance. I mean, he looks like Superman.
Talk about how we have 120 people watching right now?
That's awesome.
You guys share this link to everyone. I'd love it if we beat our numbers from our celebration live stream, which was like 211 at one point. That would be dope. Okay.
It's Superman. He's in a Superman pose.
He also is not holding his lightsaber.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'll forgive Annie for that.
Nick Wolf with a super chat. I don't know enough to comment, but I love the host.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Hungry like the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Nick Wolf.
The savior of the galaxy. I agree with the Phantom Siren 000. He is the savior of the galaxy. It is save Ben Solo, save the galaxy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. There's so much going on in my brain, and I can't process this right now. The fact that his coloring in this section of the photo looks like dusk speaks volumes to how Rey's coloring on her side looks like
Dawn.
Yes. And, but just, I mean, I love that we can still see his scar too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can still see the scar. His hair is on point. The cape is probably made Who was I talking to? Oh, Jared Brockman Stubbs on Instagram today. He goes, you know what the cape is made of? And I said, fangirl hearts. And he's like, not where I was going, but you're also not wrong. Like, that's not cotton.
All of our Reylo hopes and dreams.
Yeah. It's made of money. But yeah, this picture is amazeballs. So are we ready to move on to Ray?
Are we going to do them separately, or are we going to talk about them as a whole picture and what they make as a horizontal landscape?
We can. I mean, we gave a good amount of time to Ben's, but then again, he's our favorite. Not that we're
we're not partial Ray, or anything.
Yeah, we're a little biased.
But when you were talking about how moving from Kylo to the left to Rey to the right, because if you put those two covers together, they make one united horizontal landscape. What Correct. I loved was the sunset coloring that is washed in the sky, but that also reminds me of that shot of when Anakin and Padme married on Naboo. There's that similar orangey yellow light wash that they kiss to.
I can't handle it. I'm just looking, guys, like, I'm going to have a lot of those moments. I'm really sorry. Oh, why did our watch numbers go down?
Oh, sorry. Was that me?
No, I'm just, like, joking about the fact that I'm just going to go, all the time. Okay. Like, no one's going to want to listen to that. Unless they do.
Yeah, it's okay.
We had a super chat. Darth Revan again. What's my cloak made of? It's pixels. Darth Revan, thank you so much for your super chat.
We love you. Okay. I'm glad you're here.
Okay, so let's look at them together then. Ray, you're sweet and awesome, and your cover alone is dope, but we're going to talk about your cover with Ben Solo.
She has the high ground. Can we talk about
the fact that she technically looks like she's behind him?
Yeah, she has the high ground.
Well, not only does she have the high ground, but she's behind him, which means he's just a boy in front of a girl asking her to marry him.
It's the goddess. She's the goddess.
Yes, she's the goddess.
Yes, she is the one that leads him to the mountain. Remember when we did the Divine Comedy, we talked about how the goddess is the one, or Beatrice as the goddess is the one that leads Dante through Mount Purgatory. Well, that's basically that picture right there. She is leading him through the desert, through mountains. Yes. And she right now, as the goddess, has the high ground, and he has to step up to get there, to meet her, for them to be the balance on a level floor.
I especially like that he is a part of the dusk, which, in the simplest terms could mean darkness. I mean, they call this the dark and the light covers. And she's in the dawn, which would be light and hopeful and yada, yada, yada. But I love how much okay. Luthien, get your shit together. Okay.
Don't get it demonetized in the process.
No, that's why I bleeped myself. It did not work. Okay. You guys don't understand how anxiety-ridden we were up to this live stream because it wasn't working properly. So we just got to get over that.
That's why we're hyper.
We're so hyper because we're so anxious. Everyone's with me. Praise God. Okay. So what I love about the dusk and the dawn symbolism, Yova Rose in the house. Woo!
Yeah, Yova.
What I love about the dusk and the dawn symbolism when you put these two pictures together is that in mythology and in fantasy and in literature and what have you, that moment of dusk and dawn is called the magic hours. And I love that because, you know, it's when the fairies and the elves and all these mystical things come out. And when we're looking at their picture together, Amy showers with the super chat. We are all hyper. Come on, be serious.
That's true.
Thank you for the super chat. And oh my God, yeah, we're hyper and anxious and you put that all together and it's just that wonderful, like the light and the dark are touching just for a brief moment. And it's the kind of this hush goes on where the birds are just like it's a tingle in the air. And you get this in real life too, before, right when it's dusk and right when it's dawn, where the birds just have roosted. So it's this stillness. And that's how I feel looking at this picture, where his dusk is just touching her light, and they're coming together in this beautiful lit balance, and it's the magic hour.
Do you know what the magic hour is in Celtic lore?
Yeah, but you could tell everyone.
The Celtic lore is that it's the world between worlds. If there is that moment between the magic hour, that means that you can slip through time. You can end up in the past, you can end up in the future, you can end up in another world or a parallel universe. And we know that the world between worlds is going to happen in episode 9. And that would be a beautiful way of introducing it, is when the dawn and the dusk meet.
Well, think about that too in, and we're going to get to this in another picture, Pirates of the Caribbean, done by Disney. So many parallels with Pirates of the Caribbean with Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom, where he is now a part of, it's been a hot minute, Davy Jones' locker or whatever the heck. And in order for him to come back, it's like every 10 years, that part when it's just dusk, look to the horizon and that green flash comes up and then he's there and then he's, gone. It's that same thing. It's that magic hour where that happens and they are able to be together.
Well, and it also speaks of newness, like a new day. You also have that as the fairy tale ending, that they ride into the sunset, and it's what we always wanted. And isn't that foretelling of what Reylo is going to be? Reylo is going to end happily where the two live together, just like a fairy tale. Oh, we have some super chat, friend.
Yeah, JX Editor, random, but just realized John's Aragorn and Danny's Thorin. I think you're making a Thrones comparison, and we can't talk about Thrones, or else we're going to get tarred and feathered. But thank you so much for the super chat. I don't disagree with you. Kelly Langley, super chat, I'll be screaming, just kiss, during that scene.
Yes.
Yep.
In a very gruff voice, just kiss.
And I'm not joking. I will say that. Like when they're fighting in the rain, I'm gonna be like, just kiss. The whole theater's gonna hate me. I don't care.
Okay, we'll do it together.
Because Disney loves to be nostalgic and they love to pull from everything else they did. If they kissed during that rain fighting, water scene, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, isn't it in Beauty and the Beast, isn't it a dusk and dawn sort of thing? That he dies during the dusk, and as the sun, like almost it's his rebirth that works as the rays, and then you see the sky with like kind of a yellowish coral wash over it.
I thought it was a thunderstorm.
The fight is at night too, with thunderstorm, right?
Right. I thought it was all at night, but I didn't Like, it's been a hot second since I watched.
If it's at night and then the morning comes, then that's dusk and that's dawn, correct? Right?
Well, I know.
Or am I losing it here?
No, you're right. That's what it is.
Okay.
But I just don't remember the scene well enough because in my mind, it's dark and raining. And now it's bright and the sun's out. But I don't know if like the act of resurrection brought the new day, and like completely butchered time. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't even know what day it is.
No, that's okay. It doesn't have to be. It's just that metaphor. It's like
You're
when there's
probably right.
When there's a transformation or resurrection, it's that transformation from darkness to light, from death to rebirth, from death to, I mean, it's just that whole fairy tale type of symbolism. I mean, you even see that in The Little Mermaid, like when Eric and Ariel and Triton fight Ursula, it's all dark and stormy, and the sky is kind of that violet, purple, navy blue. But then when they're married, they're on that sea with a beautiful coral yellow wash over the sky. It's just repeated in Disney and fairy tale imagery. It all makes sense, I hope.
It all makes sense. Okay. FN1189 Super Chat. I want to send a link via Super Chat, but it won't come through. See my next message.
Okay.
And his next message is a link.
How about some tunes?
Unfortunately, I can't click that.
I can't either.
But I'm sure it's great, and thank you so much for the Super Chat, man. That's
Tell
awesome.
us what you want us to play. We would love to play it, but we can't due to...
Or I'll just sing it.
Yeah.
Or not. Fun fact, my name's Luthien, but I can't sing. Okay.
Whatever, she can too.
Which is not true. Hulk smash button.
Okay. Oh, Danielle Musella, I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. She says, or when Simba finally takes his throne in The Lion King, the rain tapers off and the sun comes out. Like you see that. I mean, even when Simba is born, like the sun is rising and you see all of the animals heading out to a new day, a new dawn. It's beautiful. And I can't wait.
It's just symbolic of water in general. Like you look at how the Beast was fighting Gaston and it was a thunderstorm, which is indicative of the battle that's going on. But also the rain is very indicative of purification and rejuvenation and
rebirth, relife.
Rebirth, yes. So it's like washing everything anew.
Which is where they're fighting in the picture when Reylo
so guys,
is battling.
If you're not on that picture, pull up the picture of Rey and Kylo fighting in the rain. If you're not on it.
By the way, Luthien, JX editor wants you to sing Ice Ice Baby. He said you'd sing it. In that case, it was Ice Ice Baby.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. And that extra ding, guys, is very important because without that extra ding, it is too much like under pressure.
Yeah, with Bowie and
you need the extra
Mick Jagger. Yeah, you don't want that, or you'll be sued.
Yes, exactly.
And that is Vanilla Ice's only hit, so he doesn't want to be sued.
Okay. Lady of Shalot just said, yes, you two singing was the best.
I just whispered. I was like, Ice. That's all I did. Freddie Mercury. I love Freddie Mercury.
Oh. Can't digress. Okay. Rain, very important. Wouldn't it just be great in that scene that they're fighting and all this water's going down? I told Emrys earlier today that I felt that, because obviously we see them in the sand, which denotes a whole other epic amount of symbolism, but Kylo Ren coming in with his tie, Rey jumping over it, I truly feel that is a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could be training. It could be a type of, probably on Kylo's end, he's feeling like he's training her because they're not going to kill each other. They're just getting out all this pent up stuff now.
Yep.
But they probably have multiple of these sequences. And I wonder if this one in the water is the last one. And water is so symbolic of purification and washing things clean and rebirth and regeneration. I'm wondering if this is the moment where Rey truly sees him. Like they both have that light bulb switched on and they get it.
Yeah.
And that's where he either disarms her and throws his weapon down, or vice versa. And that's when they profess their love for each other.
Right.
And do the epic kiss in the rain, because why the heck not? Everyone's wet. And
another metaphor.
Right? For a lot of different things.
Well, and it's a wonderful parallel to what happened on Starkiller Base. If you see it, some of the imagery is right there. Like the jewel is also in a place where a lot of blue and white are happening, and you see that imagery of what we've had is either a desert location, which is very attached to Rey, and then we see a lot of blues and storms and darkness, which is attached to Ben. I think I heard in the Vanity Fair article that Kerry Russell's character actually comes from a planet where there's snow. So you have, again, that kind of polar opposites represented there, which makes me wonder if she's some sort of bounty hunter.
I think she's a bounty hunter or a thief or something or other. Yeah. And I'm going to die on this hill. I think she's Rey's sister.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to die with you.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
I'm going to die with you. There'll be, if we're not right, there'll be 2 tombs. Yeah. Your life's Reylo twins.
Yeah. Come mourn us and put like little like things of tea. It's really morbid. Anyway, no, but I really think Kerry Russell is now. You look at her costume, like if you guys can pull up the picture of Kerry Russell's costume.
Yes, Mandalorian.
She has the same type of, not the same type of armband. Of course, it's gold, but it's the same sized armband as Rey, but only Rey's, of course, is leather and, not like, it's indicative of where she's come from.
Yeah.
And you look at Kerry Russell's or Zori's, and she's got the armband on the same arm, but yet it's strewn in gold, probably indicative of how she could have possibly grown up after either leaving Rey or leaving her parents or whatever have you. So I just thought that their outfits kind of mirrored each other a little bit in that way. Oh, yeah. Am I reaching? Probably.
That's okay.
But I just thought it was it's similar enough to go,
Things that make you go,
quick, Amy Showers with a super chat. Thank you so much. She quoted an excerpt from this Vanity Fair article. It says, star-crossed Kylo Ren, Adam Driver, and Rey battle it out with lightsabers in a stormy confrontation.
Woo!
Their force connection, what Driver calls their maybe bond, will turn out to run even deeper than previously revealed. Now, I feel that Driver calling it a maybe bond is just him being cute. Because, what else is he going to say? Oh, maybe we're bonded. Maybe we're connected. Dude, we all know. That's cute. I love hearing them dance around it.
Yeah.
But Amy Showers, thank you so much for the super chat. And I love how they called them star-crossed, because that is not a name you give to cousins or brothers and sisters.
Amen. Amen. Go preach, twin, preach. Well, and it also contradicts what it says later on, that these two have a connection that is bigger than anyone thinks it is, or what was originally assumed. So I think that really it's almost like they're trying to save themselves from being sued. And actually, if you go to the Vanity Fair's YouTube channel, they have 2 videos where the article writer is interviewed. And he talks about how there was a lot of leaks given to him accidentally through the actors. And there were some things that he actually couldn't say that took place during that interview. And I wonder if that was something that Adam Driver used to cover himself of like, it's a maybe Bond.
Oh, definitely. Plus, these actors are so flippin' tired. Like, they just want to stop talking and just get on, you know?
Yeah.
Black Eyed Lily with the super chat. Reylo's on Tumblr. See a heart in the rain photo. That's right.
Yes.
And we're going to get to that next. Thank you, Black Eyed Lily. So continuing on with this rain photo, or this tempest that they seem to be in.
Tempest in a teacup.
Hold on, wait. Oh, wait a sec. This will take a while to type, but please notice this. Okay, Angela, I see you. And we'll make sure we see your thing, whatever you're typing. Okay, so the rain is also symbolic of cleansing of the soul. I think, Emrys, you might have said something of that nature. But I think it is so paramount that this would be the last fight that they have. Because this is cleansing his soul now. Not only for him, but for Rey.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to come together in the middle and balance, both their souls have to be cleansed. Ben's soul is even more than Rey's, but, you know, I just love that this battle is now in such a tempest that we're seeing.
Well, he's not frozen anymore either.
Right.
I mean, the Starkiller base happened in the snow. Rain, it's flowing, it's going, it's unfrozen, and he's able to get rid of it right now. Looking up something.
But yes, that rain picture, if you look right in the middle, and if our screen share was working, this would be awesome because I traced it. But anyway, there's a heart. If you look right by Ben, and then look to the middle, there's a heart. Right? Big old heart right in the middle. And we all know, or most of us know, that hearts were all over the place in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So all these hidden hearts all over the place. And we see you, JJ. We see all those hearts that you're putting in here.
Yeah, he even put eyes in Kylo Ren's hearts on Kylo Ren's eyes during the interrogation scene.
Yeah.
And Vincent Vendetta's the video that is no longer there. He talked about how he looked and there was nothing in the interrogation room that should create that shape in Kylo Ren's eyes.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of that heart like symbolism. I looked up lightning and rain and symbolism because I remember reading this. A bolt of lightning is symbolic. It is a symbol of a loss of ignorance.
Oh.
Yeah. There's going to be some revelations in this.
There's going to be some loss of ignorance, guys.
Oh, gosh.
It just sounded like donkey there. Like, I'm a noble steed. Welcome, everyone, just joining us.
Oh, it went down. We lost 20 people there.
Okay, it went up. Okay.
Lady of Reylo Shalot is getting hot in here.
I'm always hot, so that's nothing new.
What can you do when you live in a shoe?
Iced tea.
Oh, yeah. I need some iced tea right now. It's a tempest in a teapot.
We talked about this before, of the Rumi quote. And, oh, wait, I just saw Angela's thing. Okay, so Den of Nerds confirmed that one leak in 9 is true, involving Ben and Rey fighting the Emperor. And it ends with the Emperor possessing Ben and Ben struggling to fight and resist the Emperor. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't believe it personally. And Luthien and I have actually discussed this, but I don't see it going that way. One is Ben has never been fully dark. And that's one of the things in that leak is Palpatine is able to enter him because he's been fully dark. I think he's never been, because he still has his father's heart that he cannot kill, that he cannot wound, and he cannot hurt. As long as he has Han Solo in him, as long as the father lives in the son, then he cannot be fully dark. And I really also don't think it should end in a mercy killing. I think that is really murky waters as far as the moral of the story. Star Wars can go into very mature thoughts. It can go into deep philosophical ideas and truths. But at the surface level, it needs to be something that is really simple. And I think it is just would be a hard discussion of, is there a time and place where it's the right thing to kill a loved one? And I don't think that should be a discussion in a movie meant for adolescents.
For me personally, and I can definitely see, Emrys, where you're coming from. For me personally, as long as Ben is resurrected, and brought back, then I would be okay with that happening, the possession. But then I really thought about it long and hard. And I'm thinking now, obviously this movie is for adolescents, but there's so many younger kids that go see this.
Yes.
And even though Harry Potter dabbled in that and more, I'm just wondering if Star Wars would go that route. And then it got me thinking even more. I do see some more super chats. I'll get to them in a second. And then I was thinking that I'm wondering if this was Colin Trevorrow's end vision.
Yeah.
Because we know that the cast and Trevorrow got together. And I can't remember where they were. I think they were in a bar somewhere. And Colin and Daisy they were sitting in this corner, and she asked him flat out how it ended, something or other. And he told her, and she started crying. I can definitely see her crying over something like this, where if that's the part of the leak, Kylo, the Palpatine possesses him, he's able to get a grip of himself, and he turns into Ben Solo in that moment. So he has full faculty. And then he tells Rey, the only way we can end this, so I'm not an acolyte anymore, is you kill me. And because Palpatine will end then, and they're the only other two present besides Palpatine's spirit. Palpatine's spirit can't enter Rey. So if Rey kills Ben, then Palpatine will be finished because he has nowhere else to go. This feels very Colin Trevorrow to me.
Yeah.
So we will just have to wait and see. There are a lot of people who asked us about this. Emrys and I talked about it. A part of me just wants to leave it alone because we don't know if it's legit. We also know that they filmed multiple endings to throw people off.
Yeah.
So this could have been one of those endings where they shot it and no one knows what the true ending is.
True.
Because they shot multiple. So this could be a multiple. We don't know. And again, that's why this is probably one of the only times I'm going to answer that how I answered it. I don't want to touch it anymore.
I don't either.
And it's a very controversial way to end this film. So we'll just have to wait and see. And Angela, thank you so much for the question.
And you're hearing this on because I searched this through a month of thinking and processing over it.
Yeah.
I also think that there needs to be, Rey has been the hero over and over and over again. Ben needs a moment. Ben needs a moment where he rises up, no pun intended, but he rises up and he saves the day. And it's not just for him, like, asking Ray to kill him, but he actually saves Ray. Like, physically, actively saves Ray. And that's okay.
Sorry to interrupt you. What I would love is that, say, it's a half and half situation.
Yeah.
Palpatine tries to possess him because there is still a tiny bit of Kylo left inside him.
Exactly.
But then Ben Solo is the one that just explodes in this pulsing living band of light that Leia saw in her womb.
Ooh.
And he expels Palpatine from himself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then has that beast moment where he just explodes in light.
Go
and then falls to the ground. Palpatine is destroyed, and Rey goes over to him, and then he wakes up and she's scared, like, oh my god, is he still Kylo? No, he is fully 100% a balanced Ben Solo now.
Oh my gosh.
And that's
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
See, way more feels than the leak. Guys, so let's hang on that hope, okay?
Well, and it's so Beauty and the Beast too, because remember when Beast, like, it was lifted up by his heart, and there's like a burst of light that comes from his heart. Oh my gosh! Now that can look really, really corny, but with J.J. Abrams and the art director of Blade Runner, it could also look really, really cool. It's all about the execution of how they do it. It could be really amazing.
I hope I just gave everyone hope.
I think you did. They're all crying. They're all applauding. They're all saying yes. They're ugly
because I'm
crying.
stuck on our first super chat from Kelly Langley, and I didn't want to miss.
Okay, I'm sorry, Kelly. Thank you so much for your patience. Go for it.
Okay, Kelly Langley, super chat. Thank you so much. Rumor is Rey tells Ben he needs to come home now. You get your butt back home, you're in trouble, Mister. Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat. We have a few more. I'm gonna scroll to find them.
JX editor, we need to answer his as well. I mean, we are so behind, friend.
Yeah, I'm so behind. Okay, JX editor, super chat. Holy crap! Another Star Wars YouTube editor buddy of mine, Star Wars Story, just posted an amazing video of Anakin talking to Kylo. Lots of Battlefront 2 audio. Gonna link. Ooh. Thank you so much, Jack.
I know what I'm going to do after this live. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who the artist is. If you know off the top of your head, the fan art where Ghost Anakin is standing behind Kylo, and he has his hand over his eyes. See all that I have done, like learn all the. Oh my god, and Kylo's crying.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god, there's some talented people out there.
Yeah, there are. Give me like 5 minutes.
We have a great fandom. Thank you, JX editor. Thank you, Kelly Langley, for your super chats. We have FN1189. My friends wonder why I call you all the time. What can I say? I don't feel the need to give such cheeks away. You think maybe I need help? No, I know that I'm right. I'm just better off not listening to friends' advice. Wait, why? Calling you all the time. What can I say? I don't feel the need to give such secrets away. Oh, no. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not fully understanding it. But thank you.
Let's see. Oh, he continues it later on, Luthien.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Another super chat. When they insist on knowing my bliss, I tell them this. When they want to know what the reason is, I always smile when I lie, and I tell them why. This sounds like a song.
It's a lyrics. It's lyrics that he's saying. Tell us the music. Is this the music that you wanted us to listen to? Because remember oh no, that's another one. I'm sorry. There's so many.
Man, I butchered that super chat.
I did too.
Thank you for sending that FN189.
I'm sorry, FN189. We're not on ball right now.
It's a song that I don't know.
Me neither.
And I apologize.
Yes, because your kiss is on my list. There's another one. Because your kiss is on my list. Because it's one of the best things on live.
Hall & Oates?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Dale said FN1189 is singing to you.
Yes.
Guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
color me embarrassed.
Me too. My
Sorry,
cheeks are all red.
FN1189.
Yova
kiss, but I miss
is
when I turn on the lights. Oh, now it's totally making sense to me.
Me too. We're slow, but we'll get there. I
What's
just
that
feel
other Holocaust song? Van Eater? Yeah, I think
yes. That was Phasma's song.
Yeah, Phasma the Man
there
Eater.
she comes. Look out, boy, she'll chew you up.
Oh, here she comes. She's a
Man eater. Okay.
All right.
Kelly Langley has another super chat for us, and she says, "Geeks and gamers cry about this is heavenly bliss." Oh, those are sweet, sweet Reylo tears right there.
That sweetens the tea. Like geeks and gamers tears, anti-tears are the sugar that sweetens the tea. Like croc tears, but only their tears are legit, which makes it even sweeter.
Or they're like the tears from Captain Hook.
Yeah.
He put all of his malice and vengeance and hatred, and whoever takes a sip of it. I do believe in Reylo. I do believe in Reylo.
So
does anyone know what I'm talking about? Sorry.
Evan, what's her face? The fairy.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, Tinkerbell drinks it instead of Peter Pan. And then she drinks it. And so children of all ages are asked to clap and say, I do believe in fairies. So that's what so we clap and we say we believe in Reylo. Oh my gosh, I just need to stop. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Forgive us.
Right. So caught up. I think we're caught up on all the super chats. Sorry, we butchered the song. FN11.
Sorry for my Peter Pan tangent
Reylo,
of nonsense.
Reylo forever. Oh man.
Okay, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa McNamara, new
Please
listener.
save us.
I'm an older gal, so I feel I can just say you're adorable. Love that you know your classic music.
Oh,
well,
thank you.
I didn't know it until someone pointed it out.
We needed the
but
chorus.
I like classic music, like classic rock. You know.
Me too.
I like all that. I grew up with that music.
Yeah.
When I'm reading out the lyrics, I'm like, duh.
Yes.
And then it makes sense.
Yes. Yes. Well, I prefer classic rock over modern music right now.
Truth.
To me, it has strong melody and better lyrics, and it's awesome.
Oh, we got an incoming link. One of our mods.
Darth Revan.
One of our mods. Yeah.
Wow.
Allow that through because I can't. It won't
that
let
needs
me.
full attention. It's weighted with authority.
Ooh, show. Hey, let me do it. Nice. All right. What picture? What are we talking about? Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fair. They let out Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fairies.
Vanity Fair. Oh, gosh. We should just stop.
The fact that people have stuck with us this long is a beautiful thing.
You are angels, and we appreciate your patience because it's been a week. It's been a week. Yeah. We are so behind, but this stream is medicinal.
All these other pictures, though, and I'm going to kind of streamline them from Hux and General, Pride, whatever Richard E. Grant's character is. That photo was awesome. Lots of people were saying, oh, it's Hux's dad. I'm like, no, Hux and Phasma killed his dad. It's not Brendel Hux.
No.
But the fact that Richard E. Grant is, Pride. We finally got an official photo of him. It looks so good. And I hope he puts Hux in his place. Like, I hope Richard E. Grant's character worked with Brendel Hux and knows that Hux killed him.
Well, look,
that'd even be more maniacal.
He's standing in front of him. He's standing in front of Hux. And so my theory is that when Kylo becomes Supreme Leader, the first thing he does is overthrow Hux's authority. I'm going to make Richard E. Grant's character the leader, and Hux, you're just in the shadows. Because in the novelization of The Last Jedi, when he enters the room and bows to Snoke, that's what is in his mind. He's starting to think of, like, why does Snoke keep this guy around? Like, Kylo cannot stand Hux. And that's why Snoke tells him that he keeps him around because I can't think of the word.
Rabid cur
is a sharp tool. So I'm surprised that Hux is not banished, which that could happen because
that's
one of the first
Hux
leaks
and our Dark Damara
get
together.
Ooh. What do you think about Dark Damara now? Is that still on a hill that you'll die for, or where are you there?
I'm not going to die on that hill, but I think because that article was very interesting, and how Oscar talking about where Poe is now. Sorry, I have like all these character names blowing through my mind.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to hear and read what Oscar had to say about Poe's development and where he is. So it seems like, he's the leader. For all intents and purposes, we have a little bit of Leia now, but Poe is the leader, and I think that'll weigh on him. And I don't think he knows how much that will weigh, or that would weigh. I think he's probably always fantasized about it, but once you're in it, he'll realize how much it weighed on Leia. And I think that could also push him. Plus, Rey and Ben getting together and having all this stuff going on. And if Kylo ends up going there in person, well, that's going to tick him off even more. Or if Rey says, I have to go with him, that's going to tick Poe off. I feel if something happens to Hux, that's the moment where he and Poe kind of, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yep.
And get together and form this coup. Or Hux does that and goes back to General Pride and goes, look what I got. And is still trying to... He reminds me of the Maharaja, or whatever the heck his name was in Moulin Rouge. The guy, that's with trying to get with Satine and, can't handle it when he finds out her and Ewan McGregor's character are together.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that scenario where he's the odd man out, and Rey has never had eyes for Poe. So I feel that could happen. He might not go fully dark. It might not be Gaston 2.0, but it could be more of a Wickham situation where he does get his comeuppance a little bit, but since it's Star Wars, there's always that hope at the end, and there's always that hope that someone will change. So I could see him learning the error of his ways. I could see Finn being the one bopping him on the head, going, silly bunny frou-frou. Like, I mean, wake the heck up.
Yeah.
But, I still think, dude, Poe's got gloves on. He's got that scarf around his neck, which means it could be symbolic of the light being choked out of him. Just like Kylo had the cowl in The Force Awakens, yes, which was symbolic of him trying to choke out all the light. What I would love to see is that somewhere under Kylo's tunic is white.
Just like Luke.
Just like Luke.
Oh, that's so good.
Return of the Jedi.
That's so good.
If that whole thing is white underneath.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna freaking lose my mind. It's gonna be, and we know JJ is like completely paralleling Return of the Jedi in this.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's what a circle does. But, oh man, if there's any bit of white underneath that tunic, right? God. We got another super chat from, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Olira Setia? I'm so sorry, I just butchered your name, but thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah.
Did you see? Did you watch that video of the Vanity Fair journalist?
Yes, I did.
Do you want to talk about some of the things that he talked about?
We can. I just want to get through the rest of the pictures.
Okay, let's do that then.
Amy Showers is a super chat. Actually, he is doing all 9 movies for this movie. What are we? I don't know what you're talking about. Were you answering?
I was talking about.
JJ. Yes, he's pulling from everything. You're right, he is. Some of the leaks were saying that it does mirror Return of the Jedi as far as pacing and like how that there was redemption at the end of Return of the Jedi, so we can assume there's going to be redemption at the end of this. So that was how I meant, as far as mirroring Return of the Jedi, I would love to see white underneath Ben's tunic. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes, but thank you for the super chat. But yes, he is pulling from all the films. So yeah. Okay. So, oh wait. Oh, I just lost my place. Okay.
I was talking about the common emblem line from C-3PO. Did you hear that?
Yes.
In the interview,
where Anthony Daniels. Hold on. We got to talk about the rest of the pictures first.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just got excited. Okay, go for it.
No worries. Hold on that thought. So the other picture that I thought was stellar looking was John Boyega and Naomi Ackie on the ore box, or those horse-looking things. But that was phenomenal, and how she's riding side saddle and she's getting ready to shoot a bow and arrow, and Finn's on there like freaking Magnificent Seven is like holding a blaster. I'm just like, oh my god, this is too much, and I'm here for it.
Yes.
Like, I can't handle this.
Well, just the fact that she's
so good. And the lighting was good. Oh my god.
The space archery itself makes me excited. The fact that there's archery in space makes me excited.
Yeah. That picture was so awesome.
Yes.
We saw the Knights of Ren, praise God, like more than just like a little flashback. They're looking like we all pretty much figured they look, and they're melee weapons, and there's some people who are saying that the Knights of Ren are the ones who kind of pulled Ben away after the events of the temple burning. I'm wondering if they are the ones who burned the temple. I'm wondering if they came, like they were kind of poised to be there to take Ben. I'm wondering if not all of them were the students, like the rest of the students. I feel that some of them might be were students of Luke, but not all of the knights. Yeah, but they looked amazing. I don't believe Ben killed anyone during that ordeal.
I don't think so either.
Because he has to finish this arc. Anakin murdered all the children. Ben cannot do that. He just can't. Because how do you come back from that? But then again, Anakin technically did, and now he's like one of the most loved characters. But
well, I think it's the reverse Anakin. If Anakin killed the children, then Ben will save them.
Correct.
Ben will save.
Correct.
I still stand by that. Ben will save the Force sensitive. Ben will save everyone. He has to.
Yes.
He has to.
Yeah, reverse Anakin for sure. Some of the other pictures were Jordanians playing extras, and they were in this outfits, and the aliens and the makeup. Oh my God, it looked so good. We had a photo of Poe and Lando and Chewie and BB-8 and Dio on the Falcon. I want a moment where Ben has to fly the Falcon, and I want him to kick Poe out of the seat. Yes. I don't know. I want Ben to fly that ship. And whether he's flying it with Chewie, Rey, or Lando, or whoever, I want him to fly it.
Oh, I'd love to see him fly it with Lando, because Lando and Ben need a buddy moment.
Yes, they do.
They do. They need a buddy moment.
Angela just said we need a Ben Solo book.
Yes, we do.
And I want to say that one that's coming out. What was that art we just saw? It was, they didn't give a name, but it was that Force user who, is trying to find a place. I'm wondering if that is Ben Solo. Because everything screamed Ben Solo about it. And I just can't remember what it was called, but we found it with all that art when that stuff happened a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. There was a leak that there was a Kylo Ren book coming out, which was a prequel of him falling to the dark side and a little bit of that information. But yes, I would love to have a book of Ben Solo and Luke Skywalker going on a journey to find the artifacts, and kind of their Snoke and Luke's discussion and why and how they know each other, I think would be really interesting. And Ben
Gwendy just said Matt Martin already confirmed that the Force user is not Ben Solo. That sucks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm intrigued by this Force user, but everyone cares about Ben Solo. Write some books about Ben Solo and what he did after the events of the Jedi Temple. Hello, that's what everyone cares about. Go ahead.
I think that's okay. I think they're gonna keep Ben Solo in a lot of shadows for the fans for a very long time, because they know we want it.
That's why we haven't seen any behind the scenes stuff with him. We haven't seen him give any interviews like the other casters have. Obviously, he was doing Burn This in New York, so he couldn't be at Celebration, but dude wasn't at Celebration. I don't think he was at any celebrations for that matter. But anyway, they are keeping their prints under wraps.
Well, look at even The Last Jedi, the Jedi and the director, the behind the scenes. They only showed just a few clips of Kylo and hardly any of him speaking. Yep. So they're going to open the floodgates once Episode 9 comes out, and Ben Solo will be all over the place, and I will love it. It'll be just a wonderful Christmas present.
I wonder what we're gonna get from the actual main trailer. Because I mean. I can't talk. I can't think.
Ben Solo has that effect. Are you okay?
Guys, I'm not lying right now. I turned around to look out my front window, and my house faces northwest, and the sunset and the clouds look just like the Vanity Fair cover photo. I'm not lying.
It's just raining. It's dark and cloudy. We are now the Reylo twins. It's dark and cloudy and navy blue where I live.
I got all sorts of orangey, purple, really light yellows, hints of the tiny bit of blue. It's beautiful.
It's all
a sign for sure.
I live in the Kylo Ren territory.
It's a sign. What does that remind me of? Oh, Sleepless in Seattle. It's a sign. You don't believe in signs. It's a sign I've watched this movie too many times. Okay. More pictures. Luke and R2. I give it to Annie Leibovitz. She knows what the heck she's doing. I mean, the lighting and the way everyone's standing, it's perfect and it's epic. And Luke standing next to R2. I'm kind of surprised, and our friend at chat said the same thing to me in a Twitter DM today. He was surprised that we saw this type of photo with Luke and R2. And I said, I am too, but I also feel that it could be a flashback. It could be a flashback moment, or I know there's a lot of fire and smoke around, but it could be a moment that he's remembering back more about the temple. I don't know.
Well, look at the positioning. He is no longer on his knees. He's actually standing in his full height. So there's a little bit of authority regained. There's victory regained there. But he's also has his cape all around him. So that is some interest there too. Is he hiding something? Is there something up his sleeves? Because hood and capes are always representational of something is up.
I'm wondering if he's a Force ghost in that moment, but it's obviously a Vanity Fair photo, so we see his actual self.
It could also be like you said, him looking back at his temple and what happened. But now he has another perspective of it. Now he knows what has happened. Maybe he realizes that it wasn't Ben who slaughtered all of his students. Maybe he realizes that now rebirth can happen. And maybe that's when he realizes his own error in many ways. So we never know. He also has that almost superhero moment, just like Ben does in those photos. I love how they're using that cape imagery now of that being like a superhero in the wind. And I think it's really interesting. The one thing that I would say about that photo that I wish they would have changed is I wish there was a calm and peace about Mark Hamill's face. I don't understand why he's still grimacing, because I would really love to move away from sad, depressed Luke and actually see Luke in peace. Luke being one in the Force and knowing that hope has returned. And
I think we will. I think that's just the picture we got.
Yeah, but I still wish they didn't advertise it like that.
Right. I think it's so with the colors and the way he's standing, and it's R2. I think that was a beautiful shot to give people.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But given the scene that's around him with the fire and the smoke, I'm like, well, I'd be grimacing too. Like, I don't think I'd be like in this deeply meditative mode.
Well, actors, you're supposed to overcome that. Yeah.
We'd like to see him with peace and purpose.
Exactly.
That's what, smoldering over, the past.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yes.
I want there's some other photos of Daisy and Chewie or Rey and Chewie on that. It looks like this huge Mad Max type of sand desert battle, which is awesome.
I love the one where Chewie is holding BB-8 like a baby.
Yes.
And then nuzzles him.
Yes.
It's so sweet.
So good. Yeah. That made part of my day this morning, seeing Chewie nuzzle BB-8.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God.
It's awesome. Jonas being all paternal.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Okay,
sorry, I'm just trying to catch up in the chat.
BB-8, baby 8. Yes, Ben FN1189 says baby 8. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me?
You BB-8 nuzzle?
Baby 8. He is a baby 8. That's correct.
Is a baby 8.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my hair is going crazy. Okay.
Do you want to go to the video?
On to C-3PO.
Anthony
Daniels.
What I thought was interesting is the line that they discussed was C-3PO saying a common emblem. And that was the line that Anthony Daniels had the hardest time talking about. And so he repeatedly talked about that during this interview, is that he had a hard time saying common emblem. And I wonder if that common emblem, meaning two, I wonder if that's talking about the phoenix symbolism in both the Jedi emblem and the rebel emblem, because they both have those rising wings.
Yes. Like it all goes back to the Jedi symbol.
Right. They're both symbols of rebirth. Yes. And there's that understanding that there will always be people that will fight for the light and be representational of the light. Maybe their names will be changed. Maybe like the rebels and resistance, the Jedi. I mean, maybe their names will be changed, but there's always people that will be reborn and resurrect and bring light to a dark place and time.
I think it also is indicative of the mosaic on the floor in The Last Jedi up on Ahch-To, where it was the Prime Jedi symbol, the Prime Jedi meditating, and they're in balance, and I think that's going to play heavily in this, where it's the yin yang. It is the common emblem of all Jedi, but now they're redefining what Jedi is, and it's no longer bathed in just all light. It is this gray. Yeah, I think the whole galaxy will be under this common emblem. Now, no one will have the emblem of the Sith or the Empire or the Rebellion or the Resistance or this and that. Everyone will come together under one emblem.
That kind of goes to what they were talking about during this video interview of one thing that J.J. Abrams wanted to talk about was how the First Order was formed. That there was never a really good, solid foundation of why the First Order came about and why did it rise in power so fast. And so J.J. is going to explore that more in episode 9. And I think this is really fascinating. Interview with Kennedy. But now fascism is rising again, which makes the whole First Order subplot look super. But it also reminds us that fascism is not even slightly cool in real life. And this is what she says. Evil needs to feel and look very real, Kennedy says. And what that means today may not be as black and white as it might have been in 1977, coming off of a kind of World War II sensibility. And the Star Wars verse, dark and light are supposed to balance each other, but in the real world, they just mix together into a hopelessly foggy, morally ambiguous gray.
Huh. Kind of sounds a lot like Reylo. The balancing of gray with refined Jedi sight.
But I think they're going to talk about that because I think she is right. The extreme, evil needs to be shown as evil. Like no doubt, the First Order is evil. But yes. When we talk about the gray, when we talk about light and dark merging, we're not talking about evil being called good and good being called evil. We're talking about the difference between the extremes of the Force and the balance right in the middle. And I think that is what Reylo is going to be, is the extremes coming together to meet at the very center. And if you look at that Jedi insignia, that's what you see. And that's what you see on the mosaic. The hands meet at the very, very middle. And so does that beaming light that comes from the Jedi insignia that they use now. The light that rises comes right in the middle. And that's that perfect balance.
Yep.
So I thought that was really interesting, because C-3PO is going to have a more active role, a very different role in this trilogy and episode 9. And I can't wait to see it, because I hope Anthony Daniel gets to have a heroic moment. Like he was seen holding that bowcaster in that leaked poster. And I hope he's able to have that moment where he's no longer just a sidekick, but he actually is like R2-D2 and BB-8. He actually has a memorable time where he can be pinpointed where he saved the galaxy. They also talked about Leia and how they used Princess Leia footage with Carrie Fisher. They talked about how, of course, we saw Rey and Leia interacting during the trailer. But they also said that Leia will have a lot of scenes with Connix, who's played by Billie Lourd, Carrie Fisher's real-life daughter. And I think that will be a very emotional scene.
Yes.
For everyone.
Yes. Mushy Girl sent us a super chat. Thank you so much. She was saying battle scene in the teaser. It's fire and smoke. Maybe Luke is in this.
Yeah.
That's so possible.
Very, very, because he's the fire starter of the trilogy. I mean, even the Annie Leibovitz photo in Vanity Fair right now is him standing beside fire.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your super chat, Mushy Girl.
And then here comes to the uncomfortable part of the interview. So Reylo's grab a hold of something, because this is the hard part of the interview. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Hold on to that thought. I just want to say to Mushy Girl to finish off that super chat.
Okay, sorry.
It could definitely be him as a Force ghost, although we see this picture, he's a real man still. It could be him surveying the after effects of a battle or whatever have you. So he could certainly be looking down on something, not liking it, or just surveying. And yeah, we could totally see that happening, whether it's a flashback or not, or him looking upon something that was destroyed. Totally could be a part of that. Could be after a fight. Totally. So, but thank you for the super chat. Okay. What aren't we going to like? Lay it on me.
Ooh, okay. In this video, he says that one of the questions is, who is the Skywalker that rises? Who is the title referring to? He said that Rey could be the Skywalker. Not a marriage, but Rey could actually be the sister of Ben Solo. And what he says is because he believes that Kylo Ren is not a reliable source.
Neither is this writer. Bye, Dale.
Bye, Dale. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dale's like, I can't handle this. Bye, y'all.
You got the perfect time. Yeah, this writer is not a reliable source. So, misdirection indeed. I think he's saying that either he as the writer is a fan, but is kind of an anti himself, but he's like, crap, I need to get paid, so I need to write about this.
Oh.
And now he's just kind of trolling.
It's major.
I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, major amount of trolling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like he said that because he didn't say any other possibility.
Yeah.
Of Reylo happening or Kylo Ren being the Skywalker in this title in this video interview. I know he said something different in the actual interview in Vanity Fair, but in this interview, he stresses that Rey could be the Skywalker and that Rey and Ben can be siblings because that explains their connection that nobody else fully realized. And my soul just died watching.
But I also think he possibly has like Disney and Lucasfilm threatening his career.
Yeah.
So all your assumptions that you're going to make at the end of this article, you're going to wash them anew with this video, so you completely throw people off the scent. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all.
But what bothers
dude
me,
can take a hike.
What bothers me is that aunties will use this against us.
And they've been using stuff for however long. It's just another thing.
Yes, I know.
Because we all know what's going on here.
Yes, so. I know. Yeah. You know. I know. They know. I know. All Reylos know. I'm just saying, why do they do this to us? Why do they do this to the fandom? It reminds me so much of the Vanity Fair issue when The Last Jedi came out, where the author just stated, sorry, Reylos, Rian Johnson said there will be no Han and Leia-like relationship in The Last Jedi. And so many Reylos were upset that Reylo wasn't going to happen in The Last Jedi. And then we went to the theaters and it was like Reylo all over the place with the Force bonds. I just wish that these authors, these people who interview the celebrities, would have some sort of integrity and not answering these types of questions in their editor's voice. Like, don't even answer it for people. Say, here are our two questions. What is the full story behind these Force bonds or behind this Force connection? And who is the Skywalker in the Rise of the Skywalker? And give no explanations from them so you don't divide the fandom anymore.
Yeah. I just can't people just give us one thing.
Right.
Like, let us have one thing.
Right. And that's the whole issue. The magazine, the pictures, everything screamed Reylo all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's just, it just seems so icky to me. Not because of what he said, but in the context of everything that was shown and previously discussed. It just seemed extremely toxic.
Yeah, yeah, we can dismiss it. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to dismiss it.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
So don't watch that. Bye. Don't watch that Vanity Fair interview with the journalist. And if you do,
it doesn't exist.
You are forewarned.
Okay. Yeah. What I was kind of shocked with is we didn't see Rose anywhere. We didn't see Rose in the behind the scenes. We didn't see Rose in any pictures. And I thought that was odd because we did get to see a picture of her at Celebration. Not only did she come out at Celebration and she was given an amazing standing ovation, but we got to see her character. Just one picture, but we got to see her character up on the screen, and she looked beautiful. So I'm surprised we didn't get a Vanity Fair picture of her, and I'm a little disappointed in that. But I think they're also hiding her character a bit too. I think they're making people want to see her character. So I get it, but I am a little disappointed we didn't get to see her. Maybe she is mostly in one area for the film. Maybe they did cut back a little bit on her character. But regardless, I was disappointed not to see at least one picture of her.
I really hope they don't put her in the background, though. I really think that they need to really keep her as part of the principal cast.
I agree.
She's
owed
especially
that. Because she came out with them at Celebration.
Yes, she's owed that. I don't want. 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 I don't want J.J. Abrams to push back everything that Rian Johnson had in this trilogy, in this second movie. Rian Johnson set up certain things, and what he did was he set up Rose as a heroine. So we need to see her in some capacity in The Rise of Skywalker be a heroine.
People in the chat were saying that she's pregnant.
Oh, really?
That the only the picture we saw of her, they hid her belly. So that is huge.
I love this fandom.
I hope she and Finn, since it's been probably a year, she and Finn got together. They're a couple. They're married, whatever have you. And she is preggers, which means that's why they're hiding her.
Oh.
I would love it. Which also means that Rey now has this, oh my God, she's so happy for them. But now we have this huge sense of her wanting that too.
I love it.
So
I love
Rose
it.
is the one who's pregnant right now.
Yeah, I hope so. She needs something. That character needs something in episode 9, and that would be beautiful. I hope the baby is a girl and she names her Paige, and I will cry.
You know that's happening. She's naming it Paige.
Oh,
yep.
Yes.
Oh my
Paige.
gosh, that'd be adorable.
That'd be gorgeous.
No, not pregnant in real life. Pregnant in the movie.
Pregnant, yeah.
Which would really put her, it would solidify her and Finn together. So yeah, just that is a great. I think one of the only reasons why they'd be hiding her, and we don't have a whole mess of pictures of her.
Then Finn Rose babies and Reylo babies can play together.
Oh my God. Yeah. Amazing. Super chat from April Reylo. Thank you so much. What if Skywalker wasn't referring to a specific character, but it will be the name of whatever new order emerges as a result of newfound balance?
I heard that, and that's a possibility, but I really think they're going to keep the word Jedi, because that's what Luke proclaimed over Rey and Ben at Crate. And I know one thing: I will not be the last Jedi. Jedi is so synonymous with the Star Wars universe. It's like lightsabers. I really think they need to keep the word Jedi. It's just a reformed Jedi with new codes, with a new understanding, or an understanding of what the ancients believe the Jedi Order should do and should not do. What do you think, Luthien?
Exactly. I mean, just like the name Skywalker is synonymous with a person, Jedi is synonymous with the Force in a group of people, and it's a cash cow. I don't think they're going to get rid of the word Jedi.
No.
They're just going to change what it means.
Yeah.
Because obviously there used to be the Prime Jedi. There was the Gray Jedi. Yeah, it's just changing the tune, not the name.
Good night, FN1189.
Yep, I do to you and you. Yeah, so we're probably gonna have to hit the hay soon too, because I gotta work early tomorrow. Boo.
Yes.
But the other thing I wanted to touch on, which was very much the two covers put together, and how that looks, and the symbolism of dusk and dawn, and just how beautiful it is together, is I wanted to read the full poem by Rumi. If you guys saw it on Twitter a couple months ago, it was really almost at the beginning of the year. Ava DuVernay posted that picture of her friend working on The Rise of Skywalker, and there was the mood board behind her. Well, on that mood board was that section of a Rumi poem, and it's from A Great Wagon. And we only got a section of it, which obviously this is a mood board, so the whole thing wouldn't be on it. But the whole thing is actually very indicative of Reylo. And I wanted to read it to you guys because it's so fitting, not only to end this live stream that way, but to just bask in the Reylo-ness of the day. So, Emrys, if you permit me, I want to read the whole thing because the whole thing is actually very beautiful.
Of course.
Okay. When I see your face, the stones start spinning. You appear. All studying wanders. I lose my place. Water turns pearly. Fire dies down and doesn't destroy. In your presence, I don't want what I thought I wanted. Those 3 little hanging lamps. Inside your face, the ancient manuscripts seem like rusty mirrors. Your breath. New shapes appear, and the music of a desire as widespread as spring begins to move like a great wagon. Drive slowly. Some of us walking alongside are lame. Today, like every other day, we wake up empty and frightened. Don't open the door to the study and begin reading. Take down a musical instrument. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. And here is where it was on the mood board. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass and the world is too full to talk about, ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the 2 worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. I would love to kiss you. The price of kissing is your life. Now my loving is running towards my life shouting, what a bargain, let's buy it. Daylight full of small dancing particles and the one great turning. Our souls are dancing with you. Without feet, they dance. Can you see them when I whisper in your ear? They try to say what you are, spiritual or sexual. They wonder about Solomon and all his wives. In the body of the world, they say, there is a soul and you are that. But we have ways within each other that will never be said by anyone. Come to the orchard in spring. There is light and wine and sweethearts in the pomegranate flowers. If you do not come, these do not matter. If you do come, these do not matter. The end.
I don't think we can say anything other than that's Reylo, and I think that's basically Ben's perspective of Ray and what he wants.
It's so beautiful. Like you must ask for what you really want. I mean, so many parts of that are beautiful, and even the part they picked for the mood board, of course, that is beautiful. Like, there's a field and I will meet you there. But yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. There's also another part of something that I read, and it was Rumi, and he talks about 1,000 ways to something, and I'm just thinking back to the teaser trailer where Luke is narrating, and he says, it was about sand. Hold on. I think I saved it. No, I don't want to open Siri. Oh my God. AI, destroy my life. Okay. Sand. Seeing that we're back on a sand planet. You know, Ray came from a sand planet. We're back on a sand planet in the first part of the trailer, and how sand is often a metaphor for the passing of time, as in an hourglass. It's full of regret, and the passing of time, but like its metaphor usually implies the passage of 1,000 years. And there's a Rumi quote that I can't remember that talks about 1,000 years. But I love that Luke says in the teaser trailer, 1,000 generations live in you now.
Yeah.
And how beautiful that is of being on this sand planet. It's all coming back to Tatooine, which I really feel is the planet that they're on. Where look at how important Tatooine was to the Skywalker saga, and now Luke's saying 1,000 generations live in you now, and they're on a sand planet. There's so much symbolism here. And even the littlest of things, to see all of this symbolism, whether it's hearts going all over the place, or even the way the light hits these characters, it's also symbolic. There's so much symbolism and metaphor in Reylo for it not to exist. That Rumi poem, Luke's narration saying 1,000 generations live in you now, the fact that sand is usually the metaphor implying to the passing of 1,000 years, it's all there. Reylo, Ben, and Rey are endgame.
Yes.
And if you have any doubt of that, just come back to the end of this live stream. Come back to the end of this live stream and listen to that Rumi poem and
have hope.
Yeah.
Have hope. I mean,
exactly.
I know we have had a lot of disappointments in this Reylo community. A lot of things hint to the fact that it won't happen. But when you are in doubt, look at all of this evidence. Look at that mood board. Look at all the symbolism. Just write it down and remember there is hope. There is hope for Rey. There is hope for Ben. And we will have hope. Leia named her boy after her only hope for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Ben Solo means the last hope.
Yes.
Literally means the only hope.
Yes. Means solo only. Solo means only.
Yep. So. All right, guys. We'll leave with that.
There's nothing else left to say.
I'm sure there's plenty of other things to talk about, but now Milo's getting squirrely. So I've neglected him long enough. Right, Milo? Now he walks away from me. It's because I acknowledged him. God, cats.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and basking in all of this Reylo glory. And we just love listening to your comments, reading your comments, and all of you mean so much to us.
Yes. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know we certainly wanted to screen share those photos with you guys. We were just so lucky to even be able to live stream tonight. Everything was going wrong. But thank you so much for sticking with us. For the people who are just joining us, we love you. Well, we will be doing another live stream soon. There are a couple of you in here that are Patreon supporters of us. We are doing our first Patreon live stream this coming Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're so excited to do that. If you guys are able to give to Patreon, no matter what level you come in at on Patreon, you will be able to be a part of a live stream. So for as little as $1 a month, you could be a part of an intimate live stream with us. So this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Patreon will be our first one. We're really excited to do that. And yeah, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, and Patreon. Those are our platforms right now. We are also, a lot of people asked us if we're having merch come out, and we are working on that. So hopefully very soon we will have a line of merch to show you guys. So we're very excited about that. But all good things, all good things.
Come to those
Lots
that
excited.
wait. Yes, yes.
Yep. All right. Say goodnight, Gracie. It's time to go. Yes.
Love you guys. May the force be with you. Peace, love, and Reylo.
Yes, peace, love, and Reylo, guys. Good night or good morning, all depending on where you live. But we love you. Bye.
Bye.